Speeding. Speeding is one of the biggest killers within Australia's roads, contributing as one of the most commonly seen forms of reckless driving. It is a traffic offense of high-speed acceleration and has been inclining to a larger scale. The acceleration of speed is a predominant complication towards a driver's reaction time, as the faster the car exceeds, the more stopping distance there is before going stationary. Every mile counts. Mathematical teacher Eddie Wu demonstrates the concept of stopping distances and its impacts.
This controlled simulation shows that the faster you go, the longer it takes to stop. At 40 kilometers per hour, it takes 27 meters to stop. At 50 kilometers per hour, it takes 37 meters.
Okay.
At 60 kilometers per hour, it takes 56 meters.
And family in.
A car traveling at 80 kilometers per hour takes almost 100 meters to stop.
Oh my gosh. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Slow down, man. Whoa!
Stop.
In the majority of speeding cases, there is intention behind the steering wheel. This is because of the psychological urge of going through new, fun, and stressful experiences that ultimately creates risk-taking, according to Physics Times. This can be further pushed with egotistical and undermining approaches, letting the harsh consequences of speeding go over their heads. The graph on the right shows the rationale for speeding is largely proportioned by overtaking and spatial awareness. This unawareness can be sourced from distractions shown in the pie chart on the left, phones being a predominant factor for crashing. Currently in 2024, 1,288 people have died from speeding car crashes in New South Wales. 41% of car crashes are due to speeding. New South Wales has the largest number of casualties, outweighing states by 11% to 112%. Ages 17 to 25 averaged 244 deaths, whereas ages 40 to 64 outweighs with an average of 380 casualties. Research from government officials claims that from October 2023 to September 2024, males have the tendency to crash more than females by 243.83%. From the research gathered, why is this the case? Young males aged 17 to 25 are considered to cover a large portion of crashes due to engaging in high-risk activities, perceiving risks as less dangerous than they appear, thus experiencing less social anxiety compared to females. Psychologically, males tend to view crashes as misfortunes rather than their impulsive decision-making. However, the ages of 40 to 64 manages to keep high rates of fatalities. Data analysis from companies spanning from Car Expert explains that it is no surprise, due to its age category dominating the driving field. However, has been hypothesized to be also due to the decline of well-being. When experiencing a car incident, the aftermath consequences can be varied depending on the severity of the incident. In fortunate cases, most passengers and drivers can survive with barely no injuries taken. However, multiple complications can arise despite being lucky. An individual would commonly experience physical impacts that ranges from minor bruises to serious injuries such as fractures, whiplash, traumatic brain injuries, physical chronic pain, and body dysfunctions. The aftermath of the incident varies in critical well-being conditions, including PTSD, substance abuse, depression, sleep disturbances, fibromyalgia, and chronic fatigue syndrome. Social consequences can reinforce these conditions as the complications affect the quality of life of the individual. For instance, legislation struggles are a main obstacle within an individual's life, as fines can be 33% to 40% of recovery damage fees, pain and suffering compensations, and possibly imprisonment. To prevent car accidents from occurring frequently, stricter legislations and penalties should be applied against speeding, with harsher fines that goes up to $750 to $4,000, depending on where the speeding is situated, and apply hefty fines when over zones from 40 kilometers and speeding above 5 to 10 kilometers an hour. It can be concluded the majority of Australians tend to be recklessly driving with the intent, shown by the reckless driver's justifications. This heavily involves the decisions of the parliaments, the orders of the executives, and the judgments of the judiciary to be validated into operation. With higher raised fines for speeding, drivers' reasons would be overwhelmed by the high risks of paying expensive penalties instead of their own irrational conclusions.